Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, hi folks. We're here now looking at a scratch-built, very small N-scale layout. And this N-scale layout, which we're doing a tiny flyover, is only about, I'd say about 4 feet by 2 feet. I'll get an exact measurement later. And as you can see, it's partially detailed. There's a lot of the scenery, basic structure is in. That's plaster, sculptor mold, some paint, all to make the different terrain elements. There's some trees. There's a little windmill, some kind of French 8-wheel modernish tank. Who knows why that's there. There's a control tower for a bridge. That looks like a coaling tower. Cranes. A nice house. Another house, some kind of electric tower. Some little trucks. Of course, as we get closer, you can see there's a house, a church, another house in the distance, crossover bridge over under. So there's a lot of potential action on this layout, and it's been sitting here collecting dust for a long time. The question is, can we get it to operate? That would be neat. Can we get this to operate, even though it's been collecting dust for quite a long time? And as you can see, it's basically an over-under. And let's see, there's a main line. Yeah, there's a main line that runs around the outer edge at the lowest level. And there's a switch off point here. And that switch allows you to roll and let's see, you go up and around. And then you come up. And you're at this highest level. You go back down over the bridge. Come back down again. And at that point, you go back and you're on that loop permanently. The only way back is to double back off this switch and then come back around, and you can go on this main line. And of course, if you added this to another train set, you know, you could put a switch over here and connect it and go onward. I kind of like the terrain. It was fun to build. It's very sturdy, and it's like a rock. It's all wood construction. Each track's on its own road bed. which you could still see some of it here. This is a wooden underbed. Now that should be more detailed. There should be a bridge there. But you can see this layout's got a lot of the major parts done, but other things aren't done. Like this is a powered switch, but it's not hooked up yet. This, I don't remember if this is powered or not. It might be. We'll have to figure all this out and have some fun bringing this little N-scale layout back to life. And just for people who are maybe unfamiliar with N-scale, the scale is 1 to 160, and to put it in perspective, you know, there's a quarter and 2 dimes, and you could see how small the track is. Of course, if you're an N-scaler, you know that by heart, but not everybody is knows all this stuff. So this is the initial look-see, and we're going to try to revive this little layout. We'll have some fun with this. This is to a continuing project. Hope you will enjoy it. Well, boys and girls, we've got some life on this layout, and there you can see an old diesel engine made by Bachmann. It's got to be probably as old as I am. It's from the 60s. It's all metal on the inside. Unbelievable quality and scale. And this little locomotive, now you might say, well, what is it? It's a Penn Central. It's got some rubber bands holding the shell on because it wants to pop off. It won't pop off while it's running, but it might pop off when I pick it up, and then I might drop the important part of it. And it's amazing, it still works. Now, it's only on the interior figure 8. I had to clean the tracks. How did I clean the tracks? Well, I cleaned it with basically a pen eraser, but not the type of eraser that you normally see on the pen, which would work, but it's kind of small. So instead, what I did was I used this, and this eraser is very big. It's easy. It goes right on the track. It's not made for trains. It's just made for erasing pen, but it's wonderful. And I also use Rail Zip, which is that little bottle you see in the right corner. That cleans the grease, breaks it up on the rail, breaks it up on the contact on the wheels, and as you can see, she's going great. Now she's running, here's the power pack, this is a modern one, it's running at about 60%, so we're gonna and you can see, now this is a very good locomotive. Now it's unusual because locomotives from that time frame, meaning the 1960s and N-scale, 1970s, were usually not that good. But Bachmann's an excellent company. They make a lot of amazing things, and part of the journey of enjoying model trains is learning how to enjoy the quality that's there. I'm taking care of stuff, and you know, just like cars, some cars are made and they're fantastic, and other cars are not so great despite all the technology. But here with Bachmann, they made a gem, because this thing has been running since I was a little kid. It's just unbelievable, and it's a little noisy, but I don't care. It's bringing back all the fun, the rumbling, the bumbling, the power. It sounds like you got a real freight train running around. And I don't even remember if it still has its couplers or not. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Wow, the next episode I may have to put a train on this thing. Now, I don't care about the rubber bands. I mean, I could put black rubber bands. I could take them off even. But to take the rubber bands off, I would have to do something to repair the shell and make sure that for whatever reason it wouldn't be loose. Because I'd hate to pick it up by the shell, forget about it, and have the mechanism drop to the floor and lose a 50-plus-year-old locomotive just because I was too vain to let it run around with some rubber bands. Hey, when you're that old and you still work, if the only thing you need is a rubber band or two, you're doing great. Now let's try a little lower. Now we're going to put this power pack. Now she's running at 40% power. Look at that for a crawl. For an old engine from that period, I pushed it too far. All right, but that's probably a dirty spot of track more than a problem from the locomotive. And it's on a switch, which usually, oh, there she goes, see? All right, so now the next thing is I'm going to have to clean up this outer track and also put some kind of barrier, because this is up on a little table. It's about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet high off the ground. But that's enough that if it fell, it could do some damage, which I would like to avoid. So I have to come up with some kind of catch-all that it won't get damaged. But as you can see, she runs really great. The layout's in good shape. Remember, when you put your track work together, do not make each rail joiner touch. Always leave a little tiny bit of space, because the brass and the nickel silver, this is nickel silver track, will expand and contract with the heat, and in doing that, you know, it'll kink the track if it's actually butt tight together. So the interesting thing here is, always remember, try to have some fun, but there are a lot of little technical doohickeys that you have to pay attention to. And as she goes and goes, and if I keep cleaning the track, we could get it down to even a slower speed. I don't know. Now it doesn't sound right. Sounds like she's derailed. Let's check. Yeah, look at that. Is she derailed? Yeah, she is. Now, she was derailed in such a way... Oh, it was the last wheel. Who knows why? But, yeah, that track needs to be clean. That's a switch track. That's usually always a troublesome track. All right. Well, we got to do a little more cleaning, and hopefully we'll get this that we can go on a crawl. Now, this is an old locomotive. If I were to put on a more modern one, which has more wheel pickup and everything, it would probably behave even better. But the fact that this layout is operating with a 1960s locomotive means it's in pretty good shape. It does have to be more thoroughly cleaned. Again, you can clean it with the eraser. You could clean it with a tiny amount of alcohol on a paper towel and gently rub off the accumulated dirt and grime. But this is nickel silver track, so that it really lasts a long time. I mean, being clean. And that's, again, gentle. You don't need sandpaper or anything that rough. This is N scale. This eraser is great. Again, you just put it here. You know, just gently go back and forth on each rail softly. Just enough. And you got to go over the whole thing, though. I mean, the whole line. Get that all cleaned up. It's in good enough shape that I don't really need to do the alcohol. But again, it's easy. You just take a piece of paper towel, get a small piece of that, fold it, put a little dab of alcohol, rub it gently over the surface of the rails. You'll get all the grime off, and you'll be good to go. Again, you always have to check your locomotive. The locomotive maintenance is its own thing. And if I clean these other tracks, we can get it to go around. And the next stage of this will be to power up the switches so that we can make it go on all different levels. And I've got to put some kind of safety situation up so that if it does derail on the outer lower main line, it doesn't go off into the abyss. So we're having some fun with this. Happy to see that she's running. Let's just see if she reverses. Now that's asking a lot here. I mean, it's not normally a lot, but it's just that the track's not really perfectly clean. Oh wait, it's still going forward. This is an interesting power pack. There she goes. Oh, she's going in reverse. Ah, the little switch. All right, that switch is definitely... Let's see if we could fix that switch. Oh, I see what happened. Look at that. For some reason... Oh, look at that. It could be just that little ball of styrofoam there. Wouldn't that be something? Again, in N scale, small things can have a bigger effect than you realize. So when we come back, we'll try to clean this up and see if we can get her to run on the rails. And here's a close look at the locomotive. She's a great runner, Penn Central, and yeah, I believe that says Bachmann. And you can see it's all metal gears. This was a nice little locomotive. Still is. Alright, we'll have to do a little more with this, and we'll be back.